Hey guys, how are you? So, those of you who are on my live this morning, you know what kind of morning I've had. I just literally got a break. I got to talk to a couple people that called me. It's been a crazy day between the shoveling, the cleaning up the dog poo, the a couple times, making sure my dog goes out every hour, keeping her away from my dog's soft food, which is causing the problem we've identified, and making sure she only eats her food. It's just been a day. So I've got her crated right now, taking her out every hour. So just keep me in prayer. But you all know, new level, new devil. So I think this is a sign that this thing is about to break loose. So basically, on my live stream this morning, I summarized a lot. Obviously, Sandman was on there. He always is in the morning. I got on at 9 instead of 8 as I had planned because of everything that was going on. There's a lot he can't share right now. It's kind of crazy. With the bombing that you've probably heard in Jordan, there was a drone attack and it killed 3 servicemen. So we want to lift up their families in prayer. But he also said he's limited to what he can share. However, guys, if you add it all up, we're at a really good place when you realize that Ernst & Young was over there helping them with their banking systems, pulling it together about a month ago. When you realize that they were in Davos with Jamie Dimon, who is with Chase, sitting on one side, the representative of Central Bank of Iraq on the other side. And they had a lot of side meetings at Davos. He was also in the UN. And gave a presentation as well as got several meetings. And then the Biden administration just appointed a new ambassador who was pivotal in being around when Turkmenistan revalued their currency or changed their currency. It's a very complex system when you reinstitute, revalue, or float a new currency. That person that they appointed just happens to have experience with that. So these are some of the things that just happened. If you want to see more summaries, you can check all my summary videos, or you can join us live for coffee and conversation. We do that every morning. We go into a lot more detail in the mornings than I'm going in right now because I provide summaries for those who people are working to keep your eye on it. It has not happened yet, despite all the rumors coming through that there might already be rates between 2 and 3. Nothing's happened yet. So you can calm down, but the good Lord has gave me a prophetic voice about this and told me how to have a safe exchange. We're going through those. The cheapest way you can get in is if you're available at 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. That's 4 p.m. Pacific. That's 3 p.m. Mountain. And then, 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're doing a group. It's $55 to get Freedom Strategies, and then you also get a live link. You can be on live, ask any questions you want. It will be recorded. Eze is really good about that, and then she forwards you the recording after. So I hope you will join us tonight at 7 p.m. It's the last evening appointment we have this entire week. So it's a good time to get on it. Otherwise, we're going to do some mornings, but we don't know when those are yet. I don't know when the next one's going to be. So this is the next best appointment for you to hear those strategies, and the cheapest way to hear it, because a full-on time with me privately is $227. Obviously, I'm still doing my private sessions. You need to be specific if you email me whether you want the private or the group. So there's a group tonight at 7, and I look forward to that. Those are a lot of fun. So if you want to have fun, if you have questions, it's even good for people who went through my strategies before and they want to get the latest updates, because there has been a lot of changes. So there's been a lot of changes because a lot of people are getting excited. A lot of people are calling the banks, which changes the procedures just a little bit, but it's nothing you can't overcome. So I'm looking. So that's that. Now I'm going to go to the summary here in the U.S. It says, let's see, Mark Z said U.S. dollar exchange rate drops in Baghdad and Erbil. I talked about that this morning. Iraq is going to be forced to pull that trigger sooner rather than later. This is a good sign for us, and it's going to force them to push forward with the value change. They want to be pegged to a basket to realize their full value. Absolutely. Mountain Goat says, I then ask about the basket of currencies we've been hearing about to repeg the dinar. I was told this is coming, but they can't peg the current in-country rate until they resolve the parallel market crisis and the move to Forex. This is exactly what I wanted and needed to hear. This falls directly in line with the 2011 Dr. Shabibi plan we've talked about so much already. So all is very good in their eyes as far as this process goes. Then you've got another Oh, that's the second part. The first part was the hot topic in the Central Bank of Iraq, as my contact told me, is that the Central Bank of Iraq is working towards getting the parallel black market rate in check with the official CBI rate of the dinar. I asked my contact why the past plan to end this crisis has not yet ended it. I was told it is taking more than expected for the measures underway to take hold, but that they will eventually end the crisis and the rate will come down. That was the first part of two. So they're working on the parallel market, which of course is what's going on. We know that. And then Mark C via PDK, urgent, the foreign ministry announces the success of the Iraqi American negotiations on the presence of coalition forces in the country. Sandman 1 and 2 just happen to be with said coalition forces. So that's why he can't talk about a lot of these details right now. This has really been some kind of week over there. Years ago, you know who said the U.S. troops would leave when Iraq gets revalued and we get paid. So guys, if they're talking about leaving, the last thing I heard from Sandman 1 is that there are a lot of meetings. They're having a lot of meetings right now about who's going to stay and who's going to go. So keep your prayers up there that they're safe and that this happens, this resolves quickly. I would like it to be done. How about you? Please comment down below. And then Sandy Ingram said, the financial world is buzzing. Iraq is now making headlines with its own investment fund. The AFC Iraq Fund, managed by Asia Frontier Capital Limited, has emerged as the top performing long-only, unleveraged, actively managed generalist equity fund in the world in 2023, boasting a net performance of over 110%. This remarkable feat can be attributed to the fund's invested strategy that focuses on long-term diversification of the transformation of the Iraqi economy. Iraq's investments in streams of income outside the oil industry goes a long way in helping the country to gain an economic stability and increase the value of their currency. It's all good news, guys. It's all good news. Now, there's two different groups. One that thinks the deletion of the zeros means it gets lopped off the currency, so a 25,000 note goes to 25. And then there's another group of us. I'm on the group of us that believes if it's 1310 and they do a deletion of zeros, it would then be 131, right? So there's a big difference between the two things. Which one do you think it is? Comment down below. Do you think the 3 zeros is going to be from the exchange rate or from the currency itself? What do you think? I want to know what you think. There's a lot of us very intelligent in these groups, and I hope you will join me because I consider myself to have a lot of relevant experience being an auditor with Price Waterhouse, given the fact that Ernst & Young is over there making sure all the banking systems are working well. I used to do that kind of work. Right? So I'm just very fascinated. I'm really grateful God led me to invest in this and he gave me the strategies so you can be safe. Right? And then again, that's 7 o'clock tonight. Frank 26, question, what comes first, the small denoms, Forex, or even the RI? Frank's position is, I've said it 100 times, the next thing that we see is a lower denoms in the new exchange rate. Once we have that, let's float. Now, no matter what they do, if they change the exchange rate, they're going to issue the lower denoms. That doesn't, again, back to that thing. And Mark Z said, instead of Romanowski, the new ambassador to Iraq. Did I mention that already? I think I might have in the summary. This one is important as the ambassador heading over there also oversaw Turkmenistan's revaluation not long ago. He is renowned for helping financial reforms in countries. I don't know if they are getting ready to let Iraq go its own way or not, but it appears to be a key move at a key time with a key person. I agree. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, Militiaman. I always like to include him. Germany had a Marshall Plan. Japan had a Marshall Plan. Iraq, to me, is a Marshall Plan. What does that mean? It means after the war, they're going to rebuild the country. After Germany rebuilt, after Japan rebuilt, and what did they become? Economic powerhouses. Is Iraq going to be the economic powerhouse in the Middle East? That's what it looks like. Who helped them get there? The United States of America, the United Kingdom, Canada, Japan, Korea, everybody, even China. China is opening up a new embassy or a new place where Chinese people can get visas in Erbil. That is unheard of, right? That it's safe enough and that they're opening up a place where you can get visas there. Traditionally, you had to go to Baghdad, right? So it's obviously safer. They've made a lot of improvements and they're encouraging the Chinese citizens to move there. To live there. That's what visas are for. right? Samson article, Washington's message to Baghdad: economic support will disappear after the withdrawal, and there will be no negotiations before the attacks stop. Well, that's a negative one. Yeah, there's a lot going on, guys. But God told me 3 prophetic words associated with this. And what were those words? That you can't worry about the banks and what they're doing, right? It's going to be messy when it happens, and take the money and run. And I go through all that in my 3 steps to freedom. God bless you all. I hope you will join us at the 7 p.m. All you got to do is email me down below. I'll give you all the details, but it's $55 on average. Depends on where you pay, but I'd rather give you the 55 so you're not surprised. Maybe you'll only pay 50 depending on how you choose to pay. I love you all with the love of Jesus Christ. I hope you will join us at either 7 p.m. or join us on a coffee and conversation, or just subscribe and tap the bell. That'd be great. Okay, bye. I love you all. Bye.